It is the Jordan Mailata Show, live here at Chickie's and Pete's. Brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller Time, Eagles fans. Celebrate responsibly. Oh, it's nice to do this after a win. Yeah, buddy?
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I think it's the first win of the new chair era, right?
It is.
New chair era.
Yeah. We were thinking
Finally.
that the new chairs might be bad luck. We're going to switch back to the...
No, do not do that.
Would you have switched back to the old chairs? If that's what it took.
I will not do that.
No. fair.
Sorry. Just keeping it real.
So, after... Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Felt like a win. You guys, you need to have every win, but yesterday felt like one that you really needed, given, had lost 2 in a row. The mood with you guys afterwards, was it that's just what we do, or was there maybe a little bit of relief that you won the game? How did you guys feel after the game?
Yeah, it was kind of both. More of the, man, we're going to enjoy the win.
Yeah.
Because it felt like it was 2 years since we last won. And so it was enjoy the win, but also, we can't help but think of the plays that got away from us, especially in the run game. We celebrated, but we also, reflected upon the plays that we left out there and just talked about it. Before you watch film, it's just like early thoughts right after the game, just amongst each other, and just stuff that we could have done better, just before you watch film, and then you watch film, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is why it happened. This is what happened. This is why it happened.
Well, the last time, we talked to you Monday, and then you were on the afternoon show on Tuesday. What was that week of practice like for you guys? At least the mood from everybody in the comments that I saw in the locker room, everybody seemed real positive.
Yeah.
But what was the mood and the message for everybody last week?
Just got to get back to playing Eagles football, and that meant physicality, matching, or showing our dominance as a team on both sides of the ball and all phases. And we started off the week with padded practice, so that was fun, and kind of set the tone for the rest of the week. And proud of the boys for really just embracing that practice, man, because I really do think that that padded practice helped a lot with just realigning our I guess identity. I hate using that word, but just like remembering what Eagles football is about. And so I thought we played some physical football.
In your experience, do you find, because I've heard Nick say this sometimes, that if it's a good week of practice, that really carries into the game. In your experience, have you found that you can tell during a week how you guys are going to play on Sunday?
Yeah, you can really with how the week went. It felt like a great week, especially with the new under center stuff that we had.
Yeah, I'm
just
excited
knowing
to
how
talk to you
much,
about that.
Just knowing how much you can free up in the play action world or passing game, and we leaned on that, and during the week, and we saw the shots that we might have, or the opportunities that we might have in the game, and capitalize on that.
The play action stuff you mentioned, you just said in practice you could see it. Is it one of those deals where you show up on Wednesday and you're like, oh man, here we go? Or how involved were either you guys or the players in getting that to be part of the game plan?
Some of the players were involved. I was not one of those players. I just roll with whatever coach says, and give everything. If it's a walkthrough, I'm doing 200% in the walkthrough. That's just how I do it. And if it's padded practice, I'm doing 200% in padded practice. So, kind of the one speed thing. But some of the players had a say in that. But I do think that played a big part in again just realigning reminding us who we are and what kind of football we play. And
do you think that the physicality part and the realigning of remembering who you were, I'm sure there was a message from the coaches, but were there any players, perhaps including yourself, that stepped up and said something about the physicality against the Giants and the need to get back to being Eagles football?
Yeah, I said that more from a individual standpoint. After you play a game, when you give up sacks or you just felt like you're getting beat to the punch, all you can think about is what I did was just thinking about my play and how I didn't contribute to a win. I contributed to a loss. And so for me, I was always thinking about, well, that past Giants game was how I wasn't physical enough.
Yeah.
And so, the message for me going into that week was, let's be physical from the jump on Sunday and keep that going, because that is not who you are. That is not who you are the way you played that first game against the Giants. And so I needed that Wednesday practice. I needed the Thursday. I needed the Friday. It was a great reminder for me individually, to remind myself of the physical player that I am. And I'm excited for this week. I get redemption.
Do you think you guys made a really very, very conscious effort to say we're not champions anymore? That was last year, so on and so forth. Is there maybe some help to go back and think about how you played last year, though, in an attempt to regain sort of that feeling of, because you guys were bullies last year, in terms of how you played. So I guess when you guys were saying we're not champions anymore, I started to think after the last couple of weeks, well, maybe you should start thinking about how you were champions, and how good you can be.
We always lean back on the tape. I think that whole mindset just kind of came from, we don't just want to be branded as like, we're the defending champs. That's all that was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was just a mindset thing for us to remind the team that, we got to move on. We got to keep it pushing.
You have to earn it again.
You got to earn it all over again.
Yeah.
So that's all that was. But we definitely leaned on the tape last year to kind of figure out, how to help us in the run game, passing game, and how to get a win. Honestly, so just interesting to see the film. To be honest, the comparison.
So, a question again about the under center stuff. Can you, in a football-y way, I guess, you don't have to worry about. Sometimes you can say, I worry people aren't going to understand. Don't worry about that here. Explain how it affects what you do differently if there's more under center stuff, and then explain the effect that has on the defense.
To put it this way, it's really just a guessing game. I think we hadn't put enough of under center stuff on film, whether it be runs or play action. So coming in this game or this week was a big emphasis, and so I think for them it was a big shock that we had a lot of runs out of under center, we had a lot of passes out of under center, play actions off of that, and what that does is it keeps the defense guessing, and so it was kind of the ball was in our court for the passing game. I think they were really concerned about the running game. I think the first drive they came out, they were in a 4-down front, and we were moving the ball. We were running the ball down their throat. And the next drive we came out, it was goal line 6-1 defense.
Wow.
That was the way they played the rest of the game.
Wow.
And what that does is it places each offensive lineman and your tight end on a block individually. So individually, you're all manned up technically. It takes the double teams away, and now it's mono down the line and to your tight end. And so that's why I always say we're one block away.
Right. Because
it's you need all 6 guys to execute their job. But it's a lot. I mean, that's what we get paid to do, We get paid to execute our blocks and do that. But the margin of error is so thin and so small up front in the run game that all it takes is just 1 inch. It's so cliche, but it's so true at the same time. 1 inch too far, and you've messed up the whole play. Your step. And so, I'll just stop there.
It's interesting to hear you explain it that way because sometimes with the pass rush, right?
Yeah.
If the pass rush isn't getting sacks, one thing you'll hear from the defense coordinator is, well, they're so afraid of the pass rush, they're getting rid of the ball quickly, and as a result, we're still impacting the game, even if the stats aren't there. The way you explained that just there, it sounds like the running game is still impacting the defense. They're still afraid of you guys as a running offense, because to your point, they came out, they came out in a 4-man front, you guys had success running the ball, and the rest of the game, that shifted their entire defensive plan. So do you find that even though the results might not be there in the running game, that defenses are still honoring it, for lack of a better term?
Absolutely, they're honoring it. 100%.
Well, that's good.
They're honoring it.
that I would assume that there's
Saquon Barkley, man.
Yeah, well, the way that you guys didn't run the ball for very many yards in the Super Bowl, but what it did was it opened
that's
up.
That's why I kind of said that in my interview last night in the locker room. Just kind of reminded me of that game. Just they took the run game away. It was really hard to execute on the fronts with just that goal line defense, and like I just explained, it puts everyone on a single block by themselves, and it just increases the margin of error, makes it larger.
Yeah, no, and I did think the other interesting thing you said in the locker room was the look in Jalen's face, right? Like that you can see when you're on the sideline when maybe he's in his zone. I saw a clip of him today on the sideline. It was after the 79-yard touchdown.
I saw that too.
And he's just literally staring into the almost the abyss, just like no look on his face. What's it like for you when you're on the sideline with him and you can tell like, okay, this guy has it today?
Yeah, I think that's when he's more communicative, is when he's locked in.
Interesting.
He becomes more communicative.
So you can tell by how much he's coming over to you guys, how much.
And how how was that call? Mm-hmm. Why did we do this? Did you guys understand why we did this? And that's how I know he's locked in. Like he was firing on all cylinders.
It was interesting rewatching the game today. It seemed like he was seeing the field really well, and it seemed like he was very calm in the pocket. I know we've kind of moved towards talking about the running game, but I thought the pass protection yesterday was maybe the best of the season. I don't know, if you would agree with that or not, but it really felt like he is going up against a really complicated defensive front. Now, maybe it's because they were focusing on the run, but it seemed like he had a lot of time back there.
Yeah, that's the advantages of going under center. Going back to that, you don't know if it's a run or a pass, or if it's a play action. Hey, Lars. So you just don't know. And I think that's what kind of gave us the edge up on them, was just they were either going to rush 4 or rush 6 if it was a run, and if it was a pass, rush 5, blitz somebody else, rush 4, drop the 2 linebackers off on the end of the line. And so it was just kind of this guessing game for them, and that was really nice.
Well,
that's really nice.
It seems like you guys
keep them guessing.
Seems like you guys had a good read on what they were going to do. I mean, which is impressive because the Brian Flores defense is very, traditionally hard to understand, and he does a lot of complicated things. I feel like a lot of weeks when we talk, it's it was a feeling out process. We had to figure it out. It almost seems like you guys came into this game like with those 10 days ready to go. Yeah,
I think third down, packages and the pass protection game, I think. Cam did a great job, and then Brett did a great job stepping in, understanding that package, and Landon is a big help in that too, of just seeing, helping seeing and making the call as well. Jay too, and so I think third down wise, we were pretty on the nose with that, just knowing where we were going with the point, and making sure that Jay knew where his eyes, or Jay. There were a couple times again where Jay.
Yeah.
Pulled the slide. He was like, no, go this way, go this way. And we're like, okay, went that way, boom, down the middle.
Wow.
It's like, great. It's great. I was like, yeah, we'll do whatever you say, man. Do whatever you say.
I know you don't know anything about the pass game, and you just block and so on and so forth. However, I know that it's not about the pass game specifically, but it must feel good for you. As a teammate of Jalen's and the Devontae and AJ, with all of the concentration has been on the ineffectiveness of that, for him to go out there and have that game, you have to be excited as a teammate for him while that's happening.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I am excited.
Yeah,
I am excited because I feel like it'll just free up everything now. For real.
Well, because last year the run was so dominant. That the run sort of made it easier to pass. So do you think that if the passing game is clicking, and you just sort of hinted at there, that it might open up some space for you guys in the run game?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Like I said, it just teams want to – not every team, if now that they've seen the passing game, how are they going to play the passing game now? Do they go goal line 6-1 defense? Put 6 guys on the line, put 2 linebackers, or bring the safety down with the single linebacker that was there in the front, so it was become 6-2. Do they play the run like that? How do they play the pass now? That's how they're going to play the run. So I think that's, like I said, last year the running game helped open up the passing game. I think this year the passing game is going to help open up the run game.
So I've been thinking about this all day, and let me know if this is it's too dangerous thought. But it seems like the players are so excited about going under center on the offensive side, right? And Nick today talked about how easier, and maybe that's not the best way to phrase it, how tough it makes on the defensive line because they can't jump the pass because they might be worried about the run. If it's this simple, is this something you guys had to work on in practice the first 6 games? Did you not do it in training camp? What do you think took so long to get to just going under center?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what took so long. I don't know how to answer.
Really, it's not like something you've added to the playbook over the past month.
Yeah.
It's always been in there.
It's always been in there. I think we were trying to, fit a square inside a circle hole,
For the first 6 weeks, you're saying?
The first 6 weeks, and I think that little mini bye helped us a lot, and the coaches did. Kind of just like the Browns week, or the bye week last year.
Yeah.
That little mini bye that we had after the game, that really helped us.
Yeah, well, you had that. It wasn't the Browns game; it was the second game after the bye. Was when you guys beat the Giants 28-3, and it felt like it was starting to come together what you guys were, as a football team, and identity-wise.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah. All right.
To be honest, that's what it felt like.
Take a break.
Well, I was gonna.
No. Oh, you got another one?
Just a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
Talk about the physicality. One thing I hear sometimes is it's easier to be a physical team when you're a running offense because you're pushing as opposed to stepping back. How do you go about being a physical offense if you're going to be a passing offense?
I was actually going to ask Twitter that.
Maybe a Twitter poll. Yeah.
No, you could do, you can have quick passes in there because as an offensive lineman, you can be more dominant. You can assert your will because the ball's coming out fast, so you can go out and get you some. And that's just one way of doing it. Play action, so just basic nudes. Nakeds, nudes, nakeds.
No, they're both okay. They're both okay.
I meant to say nakeds.
Yeah.
Sorry, not nudes. Sorry, the translation. Little Americans are Australian.
It's funny for a guy that dropped a few S-bombs. You're very worried about saying the word nude.
Nude and naked. Sorry. Those are just some ways where you can definitely be a lot more aggressive up front, just especially on play action too. So go and get you some on that. The ball. You know that he's either rolling out or the ball's coming out on play action. So.
All right.
We'll take a break and then more with Jordan. This is the Jordan Mailata Show. We are at Chickie's and Pete's in South Philly. Jordan Mailata Show is, of course, brought to you by Miller Lite. You can enjoy the Miller Lite Whistle to Whistle Game Day Special here at Chickie's. Celebrate responsibly.
Oh, man. Welcome back.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Welcome back to the Jordan Mailata Show.
Who's it brought to you by?
Chickie's and Pete's, brought to you by Miller Lite.
There you go.
Wow, I don't even know if I knew the answer to that.
There you go. Well, it's your name on the show. Go on.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was.
You want to ask us questions? Yeah. I feel like you never get to ask us anything.
Yeah, you haven't. Curious about anything?
Yeah.
Just curious what you guys thought about the game.
Thought it was the best game of the year.
Yeah, it was a relief. I was excited. When you do our job, all of that negativity that you avoid by not going, online.
On social media?
Yeah.
Dude, done me wonders.
So we are forgetting, we could not look at online at all, but the fact that we're doing the radio shows, we're feeling it. And if I'm being honest, when there are ups and downs for a season, it makes it more interesting sometimes. Right. But when it's down for too long, people get, we want to be here when everybody's in a good mood and happy. So it's great to see you guys win, but it was such for me at least, being in what we're in, it felt like such an important game for the rest of the season. Because, when you look back on it, there are always inflection points, like the bye week of last year. We always look back at the bye week. I think we look at the Ravens game sometimes too, the Steelers game of last year. But this felt like an inflection point game. So watching the game, it was exciting because it felt like you guys were doing something that you hadn't done all year consistently, which was throw the ball really well. But also it felt like a good sign for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I guess I would say for me, I don't know if it's like this for you guys, but it's so hard not to think of 2023 just because it's coming off of a Super Bowl year. And just being honest, like when you lost 2 straight, there was part of me sitting there like, oh no, like here we go again, right? Because you guys can be so, like you'll win 20 of 21, and then the collapse, it was 6 of 7 or whatever it was. So I thought it was super encouraging for you guys as like a new team, right? Like a 2025 Eagles, to go out there and rebound from the 2 losses. I thought it was just very encouraging, like the fight you guys showed. There you go.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, you asked.
Yeah, 5-9-2.
Yeah, you asked. So on the other side, you weren't playing against him, but Carson was on the Vikings. What do you remember? You were a teammate of Carson for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. What do you remember about Carson? What do you see? What do you think when you see him out there slinging it?
Dude, I'll be honest. I was happy for him, man.
Yeah.
I've loved all my QBs that I've blocked for, and I had a chance to do that in 2020. And Carson's a great dude, man. Like for real. Like he actually is a great dude, and I was pretty lucky to be able to share the locker room, with him in 2020. Well, really 2019, since I was a rookie, but I didn't get to play until 2020. And it was good seeing him out there, and we caught up at the end of the game. But yeah, man, I was happy he got his opportunity.
Because you got drafted in 18, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't get to see the year from Carson when he was. No. Yeah, that was when you look back at the Eagles quarterback seasons. It's really one of the few best ever. So yeah, you weren't part of that one, but it was a pretty magical year overall. Yep. Do you remember anything about the 2018 locker room? I guess I never really think about the fact you were in the locker room the year after they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I remember a hungry Carson Wentz going into his routine. His routine was crazy.
Yeah, how so?
Seeing the way he worked to get back from injury.
Oh, right.
He was injured. Well, he was coming back from injury, and just seeing the way he worked was pretty cool as a rookie to see what the starting QB or the QB1 was at the time, how he prepared, and I was like, man, this guy's like full on. It's full on, man.
Do you? I mean, I know you were a rookie that year, and you were still like literally learning the game of football. But do you feel like you took anything from that year in terms of, maybe this year? I know it's a ways away, but literally the same situation. 2017, you guys win the Super Bowl. 2018, you're on the team. I'm sure you heard a lot of the messaging, even though you weren't, a key player at that point. Like, did you personally think about 2018 at all when you entered 2025?
I didn't. Honestly, I didn't. I can't remember much of the messaging that year. I think of. I do my comparisons to 2023.
Yeah, what makes more sense? I just never really think of you being there in 2018.
That's what I base it off. So I do my comparisons there. See if the messaging is right. If it feels like. Yeah, it's going. If I feel like the messaging is not right, I'll just say I'll just go to Nick and I'll ask him myself. Hey, what did you mean by that? I didn't understand it.
It's pretty crazy.
I haven't done that issue.
I guess just the journey of you as an Eagle. Eliot mentioning you really just learning the game in 2018. Do you feel like you're still learning? Do you look back and think about what a journey it's been? Because you being at the top of your profession is pretty crazy, considering that you haven't even really played football for that long. Do you think about the journey at all? What you came from, not back before the Eagles, but your journey as an Eagle?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really do. I'll be honest. I don't do much reflection. But when I do, I think about how far I've come, and then that's only for about a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. I really just keep it pushing, man. To be honest, there's always something that I can learn. Get better at the further I get into my career. But I'm not. The moment that you think you're good at something, that's when.
Yep.
Something bigger, something stronger will come bite you in the ass. Oh, sorry.
No, that one's okay for some
Oh, I can
reason.
say
Yeah,
that
ass
one?
is
It
okay.
makes no
Okay.
sense to me. I feel like
Eliot thinks ass is the worst word.
No, I think it's a top 3 curse word.
I can
think
tell you
there's
the
a
other
very
ones.
clear top 3 curse words. I won't say them.
What
But
if I said bite me in my naked ass?
that's okay too for some reason.
It's still okay. Then now there's certain things you can't say. That one's okay.
like it's.
though.
I mean, he's my old boss. I don't know how far I can go with this, but like
Oh, my
the
God.
F word, is that okay?
The F word's not okay.
No,
but
I mean,
you
but
can
I can
say
say
it.
yeah, like
Yes.
the F word, the B word, and the A word.
The
are
B
clear-
word?
Yes.
The one that I called you?
Yeah.
Oh, that one's okay too.
No, there's no way. Those are the core.
You can definitely say bitch. You
It's
can
crazy
say
to
it.
me.
You could say that word.
You can.
That's-
I wouldn't say it over and over and over again, but you can definitely say
He
it.
called me a little B. On
Yeah,
there.
I got so mad at Elliot. I called
Yeah.
him a little
I was
bit.
being a little B.
Yeah,
though.
he was.
I was. Yeah. But then you can't say the S word. That's crazy to me.
No, it's just the rules.
The S
Anyway.
word mean.
Well, don't say it. It's
Say
like
it.
the hit.
It starts
Hit,
with
but
S,
with an S.
ends
Yeah.
with T. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Oh, that makes no sense.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you're
Would you not agree that A word is way worse?
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about different words. Sorry. Anyway, let's get back to football. Sorry, folks.
I did have a Brett Toth question for you if you want to go.
let's
there.
do it.
Yeah. Why don't we go to Brett?
Let's
Toth?
go down that
And I-
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So he had to come in yesterday and play center.
Yeah.
I guess like you've talked about him a lot on this show about how helpful he is in the meeting room and just what a great teammate he is. But how hard do you think that was for him? Like I'd imagine he takes mostly guard reps all week to go in at center. Just how impressed by you were with his play.
Super impressed. You're absolutely right. All he got all week were guard reps,
Yeah.
literally all week. And I can't remember the last time I saw him take a snap for us.
He stopped like halfway through training camp too. Like it had been a
I
while.
can't remember.
Yeah.
And I thought he did amazing. It's tough to. I don't know how people like. It's like going to a gunfight with rocks. That's what the equivalent of what happened to Brett. But because Brett is a total pro, and he prepares like one, whether it would be, even though he didn't get any physical center reps,
Yeah.
he was mentally locked into all the center stuff when it came to the playbook or the game plan this week. Where to make the points on the run plan and the passing plan. Dude, it was just amazing.
That seems super hard to do. Like, I always hear players talk about learning multiple positions,
Yeah.
whether it's nickel or outside corner, like all the receiver spots. And
Yeah.
I feel like we just gloss over that, but I think learning one position seems impossible. I mean, it has to be so hard to learn the playbook
Yeah.
of a guard and a center.
I'm telling you. He's
do
got
you learn multiple positions?
He's got a special ability to do that,
Yeah.
and just a big brain. He's actually one of the smartest people on the team, to be honest. But
We must be learning.
and I think if you could pick his brain, you should pick his brain about he could honestly he could do like he could be like an OC
Wow.
or a DC.
Well,
He just
see how
knows-
Patullo does.
He just knows so much about football, man. Just always wanted to know. Curious. If he doesn't know, he'll ask the question, and then he just remembers stuff like that. And so, for him to be able to step up in that moment and answer the call, that was awesome.
Well,
Awesome to see.
I mean, he must be because Stoutland has kept him, has wanted him in his offensive line room for so long.
Yeah.
So, actually, random question. If you had to play another position along the offensive line, what do you think you could play?
Like, can't be the other tackle.
Do you cross-train at
I was
all?
about to say probably right tackle.
Yeah, no.
I mean, guard or center.
I'll probably go to left guard,
Yeah.
just to keep the same movements, because it's hard to go left to right.
Yeah.
And I am definitely not popping a squat and snapping the ball. There's no way. There's no way. I'm not doing that 60.
Have you ever
snaps a
tried?
game. Yeah, I muck around. I muck around before walkthroughs, and I'll get out there early and just pass the ball, try and throw it into the bin in the corner. It's like our routine right now. But
Have you ever done it?
I don't. I'm telling you, I've snapped it. Not in practice,
No, I
but
mean,
just
threw the ball into the bin.
yeah. Come on
Wow,
now.
good for you.
Lefty. Spins a little different. Goes in a little different, a little easier.
I have to say, snapping to shotgun, as a center, seems really hard. I mean, to be in that position and to be so precise with it,
Yeah.
it seems impossible. Honestly.
Well, sometimes, again, this is just from sharing a locker room with one of the greatest centers of all time, and if not the greatest center,
Brett Toth.
He's on his merry way. You never know. When one door closes, another opens. Anyways, and he would say, like, it depends on the play too. When you snap the ball, sometimes when you pass play, you snap the ball, you go right back. But sometimes you run it outside zone. And you're in a like a neutral squat. How are you supposed to, if it's run to the left or run to the right?
Yeah.
You got to load. I don't know how Jason did it, but it was amazing to see someone move like that from a neutral stance. Because we're lucky. We can load. We have that little stagger, that little left foot's back 6 inches from your right foot. And we're able to load, manipulate that body movement right there to propel us into the direction we need to go for the play. But center. Hell no, I'm not doing that. That seems like hell. That seems like hell.
Well, yeah, and at least when the ball is snapped, you are in position to block. The center, it just seems like he's at a disadvantage.
Oh, dude, he's
right.
I want to say it.
Yeah.
The F word.
Yeah. He's just F-worded. He's just F-worded. Like, well, that's they're not. That's what separates the good from the great. But I think I would be a really bad center if I cross-trained that center. So I'd probably go left guard.
Okay.
Give that a go. I think I'd have a decent shot.
Coming up, we will talk about the upcoming game. We'll tell Jordan who they're playing on Sunday.
I already
know who. I know.
Yeah.
I know
Okay.
who we're playing.
All right. Okay.
Told you, man.
We will talk about the Giants game coming
redemption
up.
Game.
This is there. That's what I want to get into.
My redemption game right here.
This is the Jordan Mailata Show at Chickie's and Pete's in South Philly. It is brought to you by Miller Lite. You can enjoy the Miller Lite Whistle to Whistle Game Day Special at Chickie's and Pete's. Celebrate responsibly.
Back to the Jordan Mailata Show. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
It is the Jordan Mailata Show, live from Chickie's and Pete's.
Full of stars. Anyway, sorry.
Brought to you by Miller Lite.
Can you sing?
Miller Time Eagles fans, celebrate
what?
responsibly.
I only sing during the shower.
Well, I did recently see a video of you singing Valerie.
Ah,
Yeah,
it's my wife's name.
Oh, yeah.
I actually didn't know that. Sorry.
It is. Yep.
Does she know I sang a song about her?
She doesn't. You could romance her with it, though.
Yeah.
I once gave her, when we started dating, it was probably the first year, I love mixtapes, right, cassettes, probably before your time, whatever.
Come on now.
I made her a cassette with all songs that had her name in it.
Are there a lot of Valerie songs?
There are more than you'd think. I think there's 8 or 10.
Okay, it's a very specific
This
number.
It's enough for a
man,
tape.
You guys should take notes, man. This guy's a total heartthrob.
He is a
Yeah.
romantic. He is a
romantic, man. Like,
I am a romantic in
Dude.
that way.
See, I was going to
Take
try to
some
make
notes.
this. I was going to make this about my wife, and then you just went and stole this.
Sorry, go
Well,
ahead.
it's just her favorite song to listen to at a wedding. That was it. It's not as good as yours.
Interesting.
But, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good song.
So, Giants on Sunday. You already said it. I was going to ask. They beat you guys pretty good a couple weeks ago. Must be on your minds, I would say, to go get that back. I mean, it has to hit a little bit different than a regular game. A little bit.
I'm not going to speak for the team. I'm going to speak from me,
speak
an
for you.
individual performance.
Okay.
The last time we played them was not my best performance. So for me, I'm just eager to make up for that performance. And so for me, when I say this is my redemption game, that's all I'm talking about.
Just you.
Just me.
Okay.
I want to speak for the team. I know
Yep.
the team. They're going to enjoy the day off. They're going to get their minds right, their bodies right. And on Wednesday, we get back to work. Same week. Oh, no. Same work, new week.
There you
That's
go.
what I meant. Same work,
I
new
like
week.
that.
Why
do you think it wasn't your best game against the Giants? Was it a personnel thing?
Yeah, just not even a personnel thing. Like I said, it was just wasn't
your
playing my
day?
brand. Just wasn't playing my brand of ball, man. Now we're in those Kelly Greens, and we haven't lost a game with Kelly Green.
I was about to say, yeah.
So, sorry, superstitious.
It's got to
Knock on that
be.
wood.
It's got to be weird. Spike works 5 days. Like everyone else works 5 days a week, 6 days, 7. And you have one bad. Yeah, Spike kind of works 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And then, he has a bad day. You just go there the next day. For you get 17 work days a year, basically. And having a bad day at work, it must really sit with you for that week.
Man, especially on that Thursday game. You know,
Yeah, 'cause
we
you
weren't
got the
coming
10
in on
days,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday we're coming in. Now you're watching the game. It's like, oh, I just spent 3 days and I just got over it.
Yeah.
Now you got to watch it again for a reminder. But that is the life of a pro. Again, sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm really not. You know, I'm just explaining.
I think it's just real.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
anybody
Just trying to be as
perceives
real
it
as possible, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are human.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Title to show that.
Hashtags.
He's a
Hashtag
human.
you
Let
are
me see those
human.
hashtags.
Hashtag ass.
Yeah. The curse word pod.
The curse word pod. Oh my god. But yeah, that's all it is for me, man. Just another opportunity, but you know, I want to make up for playing so passive that game, and yeah, it's just not me, man. So, you know, I have my own goals this game. You know, to get a dub is always going to be the number one, but yeah, I have my own goals of how I want to play.
We haven't. Oh, here's one thing that you brought up. So the two things I remember, the two things that are chiseled in my brain from us doing the show so far are one block away and getting to the line quicker. Now, it seemed like, well, those are the two things you focused on, or the two things that you brought up. Now, it was a pretty loud atmosphere. It seemed like there were a couple of parts where you were having trouble hearing.
It's a sick stadium.
Oh my goodness.
Did you? How do you think you did with that particular issue, getting to the line quicker, given the circumstances?
We should have done better.
Really? Yeah.
It was. Did not expect it to be as loud as it was, to be honest. It might be louder than. It might be the loudest stadium we played in.
Really?
And that says something about. There's something about the domes, man. There's something about like Arrowhead, because Arrowhead is so loud. It's like a different kind of loud now that, like playing in Minnesota.
Okay.
In that dome, just. It was crazy. Couldn't hear.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And they don't
Couldn't
really
hear the cadence when he was on the center. It was just
really,
man.
Would you just guess at that
and he's
point?
like he's only like a spot over from us.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you got to periff the ball. You got to periff the ball.
Wow.
And it sucks because the further you go out, you can't hear it. And if I can't hear it, and he's screaming to the top of his lungs, shit was loud, man. Oh, sorry.
No, you said shoot.
Yeah,
Shit was loud. Shit was loud.
You could tell. I think I've mentioned before. They don't really mic the crowd like they used to on TV, so you can't really tell how loud it is by that. But you could tell how loud it is by how you guys are reacting. And there were a couple of points where it was almost like we cannot hear, when you guys were trying to get to the line. So
yeah, we could have done better.
Okay,
for sure, should have. You know, just knowing that we were going into that, we knew what we were getting into. That was my first time playing there.
Okay.
So I knew it was going to be loud. I just didn't expect it to be as loud as it was.
Wow.
You know. So.
What'd you think of the turf there?
Yeah, I thought it was good. Way better than MetLife.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the worst stadium in.
Yeah.
In
For
the
every
NFL.
reason.
In the world.
Well.
No, in the world.
Yeah. I could see it.
Yeah, it's bad for fans too.
Yeah,
Like,
stadium
it's
in
not
the
a
world.
fun. It's not a fun stadium to go to. The turf is bad for players.
Dude.
It's got no personality.
Come on, tell me more. Jeez.
Well, I from working up there, I went there a few times. And I just thought to myself, how lucky we are to have the link, because MetLife is just a dreadful stadium. There's no personality to it. It looks like you never played in the Vet, but it reminds you of the Vet.
It's a
look.
worse version of the Vet, in my opinion, which is
Worse than
which
the
is an
Vet.
impressive feat when you consider
Please.
the Vet was built in what, like the 70s or 60s or whatever.
Please don't
60s,
hold back.
yeah.
Please don't hold back.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a terrible stadium.
We'll clip that one for social. Yeah.
Well, it is. It's a horrible stadium. And honestly, the fans are well, whatever.
Yeah.
Run game, just the last thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's such a huge sway from the success of last year to this year. It just is. I know numbers-wise, it doesn't look like it was closer.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you took steps aside from the numbers yesterday to get a little bit closer to what you guys are used to?
I would say, as in terms of scheme-wise, yes. Putting that on film, yes, we took a step closer to, where we were last year. But, every year is a new year, man. We're going to be presented with new challenges, and, I think we are trying to find the answers. I think that's what I liked about the message was, you know, we're going to find ways to win games, and then we're going to find ways to fix our mistakes, you know, and we're going to have great detail in that, and so that's what we've been doing. And it's just, I feel like just going back to like how they adjusted, you know, from the first. I want to say yes, but I can't. You know,
Okay.
You gotta respect the game that whatever they come out in, you have to block it.
Right.
But you look at the first drive, 4 down, we are destroying them. We are destroying them, like absolutely destroying them. And then the next drive they come out, and now mono.
So you got them to bend.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's like, oh, you know, and like now, I hope when everybody says, when everybody understands when I say like we're one block away, that's what I'm talking about. Like the fronts that we're seeing, they're manning everyone up, and it makes that margin of error a lot greater now because it's everybody, you know, is singled up. So. Yeah, I think we did make a step forward, you know, as in terms of, you know, scheme-wise and, you know, but I think, you know, we need to be better. We need to be better up front.
All right. Well, we will talk to you Monday, hopefully after another win, and then you get your bye week, real bye week. So coming up next, your brother, Landon Dickerson, up here on the Players Lounge with Ike and Hugh Douglas, and Eliot sticks around. We'll talk to you next week. Thank you as always, brother.
Thank you, brothers.
Well, actually, I'll talk to you
Good
tomorrow.
stuff.
But yes. This has been the Jordan Mailata Show, brought to you by Miller Lite.